Randy, what did you like about the way your guys finished the game?
We got back on track of playing the way we need to play. I thought the game got away from us in the second period. We turned the puck over far too many times, and we were receiving the game, and we tried a lot of things on our backhand through the neutral ice. And when you do that against a team like Detroit, they defend that red line as strong as any team in the league. And we were on our heels for the second period. So, we gave up a goal, and we just said to ourselves that, hey, we're going to pick the four things that we think we need to do to give ourselves a chance in a nothing game in our building. We've got to step up here. We've got to do this for our hockey club.
The Holland goal and the patience he took to score it, does that reflect his continuing maturation as a forward in this league, do you think?
Yeah, again, Holly's always been able to provide offense at the level that he's played at, and we're putting him in some roles, but he's earned the opportunity too. And I think that the season for Holly started to turn around when he started to kill penalties. He got more involved in the game, and he got more involved with the pace of the game, and he's done a heck of a job for us in the penalty killing department. So you got to take your hat off to the guy, because as I stated before, he came to us and asked for that opportunity, and we felt that big guy, smart, got good reach, can skate, can shoot, would be a nice addition to the penalty killing, and he stepped in and been a great compliment.
Was there a reason you used that line versus Zetterberg?
It was really what I was trying to do, was just trying to it was going to be either Holland or Bozak. So I try to share the minutes against the Zetterberg line, and we felt that that with Kadri's line, we felt that if we had to, we weren't really worried about it, because I thought in tonight's game, Nazi was physical, he was much more presence, and when you have Leo Komarov on your line, that line seems to have that dogged work ethic. Santorelli's had a great start to the season for us also, so we're a lot more comfortable with where we sit with personnel at when in the last two games versus the previous two. I know that.
Given Tyler's history, are you reasonably confident we see Bozak get a breakaway, just because he seems to have the moves to score?
Yeah, he doesn't miss too many, and he's a deceptive player. A lot of times Bozy's not really that noticeable, but at the end of the night, you notice he's got points and he's made a contribution. And you notice tonight I used him in the defensive zone as far as starting the penalty killing because of his face-off prowess. He was really the only guy that was dominant in the face-off circle over 2 periods, so it made it pretty easy to use him in the third.
Is there any update on Polak?
Polak will have an MRI tomorrow on a lower body injury, and we'll have an update for you on Monday.
Like it's serious?
Serious enough that he'll be out for a while.
Randy, was this a good effort to kind of turn the page on what's been, I guess, an interesting week, to say the least?
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the next one. What's coming next? You really did that. That's the way I look at it. You just move on, and we've got a job to do, and we've got to prepare our hockey club to play the Pittsburgh Penguins, who are up-tempo, fast skating, maybe have the best player in the world right now, specifically in Sidney Crosby. He's in high gear.
And you're quarter of the way through the season now. What does this team have to do to be more consistent in the next quarter?
I think, again, play the right way is the term we're trying to use. And if we can play the right way, we can give ourselves and be competitive in a lot of hockey games. And the one thing that determines usually your success for long term is if you can win on the road. We've got to establish a strong road record, and I think we've done that so far, but we're going to play more road games, obviously. And we'd like to make sure that this building is a tough building to come in and get points as there is in the league. But we hadn't had a very good start to that, but hopefully these last two games against two pretty good teams will give us some confidence to do that.
Thanks, Coach.
All right.